Hello guys, this is Dr. Mariusz Monczak and tips on violin playing for all artists. That's important because when we play music, we are artists. We're creating things. So this is not only performers. Performers might be in a circus, but not artists. So today number 10, Etiude number 10, and I'd like to talk about today about this micro releasing of tension. And I think this etude is also written in for this particular technique and also a kind of skill, right? So especially when we have this one note here, so one and jump, and in a way Kreutzer wants us to release the tension between G, when we're playing G and G, like this. I play here and I'm releasing the tension. Again, playing and releasing the tension. Play, releasing the tension. Play, releasing the tension. So this releasing of tension is also combined with inertia. So in a way, inertia is like a continuing movement, right? It's not like we stop something; we are continuing, and then because of the friction of the with our with the air, with our body, with the gravitation, this movement stops. So here we have this movement, and then even I'm moving, but also I'm releasing the tension. I'm not like this. Is that what usually people play, right? Especially when they're young, right? They have lots of agility and they can do it. But when you get older, especially after 25 years old, then you need to get smarter in a way you are approaching violin and the way you're playing. If you want to continue play and then you want to get an injury. So this little releasing of tension, it's in a way gives us this possibility also to do this movement, the round movement, and then preparation for those arpeggios going from the upper note to the lower. So usually, let's say maybe 75% of the time we have arpeggios going up, because it's rum, something that is more exciting, in a way. But here Kreutzer wants us to work the other way. So big jump. And usually, when the music goes down, it's a little bit less exciting in a way. We get, because the way we are built, we get excited by the very high frequencies, and then lower frequencies kind of calms us down. So, in a way, that's why, for example, when you have, when people are like, very excited, their pitch go up. So this is like natural. This is natural for us, for humans, to be excited by higher notes. So especially when the music goes down, usually it gets a little bit less exciting. That's I'm generally speaking, right? It's not everywhere sometimes, but we would need to like do a crescendo to get more exciting. Especially like crescendos usually is to get more excited, and the decrescendos is just to get less excited. So here we have this jump. And in a way, we can do it like in a one inertia. In one ta ta ti 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 ti. I remember Zahar Bon was saying one of his lessons that he was giving to my daughter Nadia. That one of the first lessons he was saying that inertia you can do it 200 notes in one movement. Of course he was exaggerating maybe, but what the point was that you can do many movements, like many like one. One movement you can do lots of small ones, so in one inertia. So when you go, so go ta ta ti 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 ta, so go, and then go again. So again, you see, of course, I'm doing this slowly and trying to be really relaxed and kind of not performing that much. I mean, just watching what I'm doing, and then kind of watching where should I do this inertia, releasing of tension, meaning of movement, the feeling of gravitation, all those things, that need time, need kind of spaced out. You need to be kind of aware what's going on. And also, you see, I'm trying now lately to not to move too much with my body when I play, especially I do this. I'm doing those concerts online almost every day on Facebook, and I have noticed that I'm moving sometimes too much, and especially I'm starting to move when I don't know what to do, or if I don't know exactly, with the phrasing and stuff like that. And also, you see, when you're not moving, like you do a movement, but the minimum movement, it's kind of you save energy, and you save energy also to hear, because this is also important to understand that our minds are limited in a kind of, they cannot get too much information from outside of the world and make kind of use for it, and then also what's information without what's going on in our bodies. So it's a very busy, brain is very busy, but at the same time, to make him a little bit less preoccupied, like every movement is already, there's some signals from your brain to your muscles, move out, move this, move that. So of course I am moving here, but if you don't move your body too much or really little, then it's better. Even I was lately looking some National Geographic, and then, for example, our sense of hearing is kind of developed throughout millions of years for getting information or things, especially dangerous things that's coming up. So there's an advantage for an animal, even way before monkeys, like an animal, to hear something that was kind of dangerous, because they can hide, they can get cover, or they can maybe hear their peers crying, okay, listen, oh, there's a snake, or there's an eagle, let's run, let's. So it was like always aware what's going on. So in a way, when we are aware also what's going on with our playing, it's also very useful to not to move too much, because it's already, we are moving with our hands, right? We're already doing lots of, so if you're moving too much with your head, with this and that, it's not very helpful for the long run. Of course, if you look very stiff on stage and, for example, like you don't move at all, it's also not so good. I mean, you need to enjoy what you're doing, you need to move, but at the same time, it's when you are in stillness, for example, when when I'm kind of afraid to make mistakes, you need to be a bit afraid of to make mistakes, or to play out of tune, or play out of aesthetics, or not playing truthfully to the composer's wishes. We need to be afraid a little bit, because if you're not afraid, you're gonna be making mistakes, and you just, I don't care. I'm playing out of tune, so what? Well, if you want to be a master, if you want to develop, you need to be aware of what you're doing, and then correct that. So especially, for example, here, coming back to this exercise, releasing the tension and then moving this movement in one circular motion, and again, you see, I'm doing this more like a trampoline. Because I need this boom, da, kind of, to get me to the next level, right? Because like a jumping on the trampoline, yum, bum, yum, bum. It's a little bit like a trampoline. You have a first position and a third. So I explained on the last video that you do this with the right hand. You see, now I have noticed that I'm not aware much about what's going on where should I do some kind of release of tension or something when I'm playing those arpeggios. And I think I'm not aware enough about where the tonic is. What's the because this is all in G major, so it's a G, B, D. So when I play G, it would be nice also to show the G again. So G, 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 G. So also, you see, very important to feel that we are not pressing too much with the left hand on the strings. So as little as possible to get the right sound, right? And also, the fingers should be able to move freely, kind of looking for the right spot. And you have to hear what you're doing. My intonation always was a problem for me from my childhood. Some people play really in tune from the beginning. Some people have struggled with this, but it's also important to notice that to point out that, for example, what Carl Flesch was saying about fingers, that they should be always always correcting fingers. So these movements of the fingers, this and this, are kind of, the fingers should go in a way again also in a sphere, and this sphere is actually a very good kind of mental image what we're doing on the violin, that the movements are always good when they're in a sphere. They're always good when they kind of connect to each other, and then this is something that kind of gives this flow, and the energy goes freely. So I think it's enough for today. I hope you learned something. This is ongoing process also for me, for watching what I'm doing, because at this moment I'm alive, and I feel my body, I feel what I'm doing, and tomorrow there's going to be a different, so you need to be self-aware what you're doing, and also, enjoy playing, right? Not also, sometimes I analyze too much things, maybe because I'm a chess player too, chess is my hobby, but the bottom line is to be comfortable with playing, and then express feelings. That's the key issue. Express feeling, the truth, beauty, and making people also enjoy that they can actually feel that, they can resonate with this. So thank you very much for watching. Be well and safe, and enjoy. Bye bye.